Hey everyone, how are you? It's Shelby and we are in the VIP doing an over-the-top design today. I'm super excited about it and you should be too. So we are making an Easter wreath and this is for an over-the-top customer, so it requires an over-the-top design. So we are starting out with not one, but two wreath bases. What? Crazy, right? So what we are gonna do is combine our wreath bases to make a big one. So y'all know how we usually take our 24-inch and we'll smush them in to make an oval design. Well, I have a bunch of these small ones and we're going to use what we got because I want a little bit bigger of a base. And now that I've gotten started, I think I just realized I did not bring my zip ties with me. Hang on just a second, guys. I will be right back. I think I left them in the kitchen. And I did. So now I have my zip ties. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to take our two wreath bases and we're going to clip our tags off. So now we're going to take them and we're going to combine them. Now I am just going to overlap these just a little bit because like I said, I want this to be big. So we're going to overlap them just like this. Let's see. Okay, so the one on the bottom is going to go over the top. That way it can hang on the door easier because you always hang it from the top. So we want that part to be able to hang from the door. So I'm going to go inner ring to inner ring. And I'm going to zip tie this together. Now I'm going to put a few because I don't want this going anywhere. And so I'm just running it through the two. Well, I'm sorry, I'm going inner ring to outer ring. The inner ring of the top one to the outer ring of the bottom one. I'll make sure it is center. Okay. Now these are kind of skinnier zip ties, so if I had some heavy duty zip ties, I'd probably only put two, but I can't find what I did with them. I bought a whole package of them and I don't know, they got lost. My husband probably stole them. I love making over the top designs because you just get to really go all in and your creative juices are flowing. And you just, you know, it's just like no boundaries, no limits, a big budget, so it's just fun. So keep in mind that this is an over-the-top design with an over-the-top budget. But we're still going to keep it budget friendly so that we can make more money, right? So this is a little loose. That's okay. It's still not going anywhere. Actually, I'm going to take one more zip tie. I think. And come right in here. No, I'm not. It's fine. I'm going to take these pine ties right here along the sides and just twist a couple of them around each other. Just to give it a little bit more stability. Has a little bit more to hold on to. So now we have this cool figure 8. Because when it's hanging on the door like this, it's not going to matter. They're going to be together. It's going to be fine because it's just going to be hanging on the door. It's not going to be flopping. It's going to be heavy. So we're not going to have to worry about that. Even take some of these inner ties and twist them around each other. That's all going to be covered up, so we know we're not going to have to worry about it. All right, now let's get some mesh in here. Now I already have a couple of these cut up. This is just like that blue color that I don't like. I don't like this mesh. It's cheap mesh, but I have it and I just needed to add some very light colors to this. So that's the reason I'm using it, because I have it and I want to use it up. And you're not going to be able to see this mesh a lot on this project, so that's not going to matter either. So we're cutting up some of this blue. We're going to cut up some of this pastel color. That I also don't like. Oh, I'm about to have to sneeze, guys. Excuse me. The rain is moving in and it's stirring up everything. I'm so ready for spring. So ready for spring. We'll just start off with this amount. I have my light colored burlap. I know I want to use that burlap. When I'm going for softness, I like the jute. I don't have any of my light colored fabric meshes or jute, so we're going with the good old burlap from Hobby Lobby. I'm probably cutting up way too much. And we're going to put in some of the dark burlap also, but I'm probably cutting way too much because we're just going around the outside, and because we're using 4 different colors, it's not going to take quite as much. Now we have a huge pile going on. A really, really huge pile going on. All right, let's get this out of the way. And let's start adding in our mesh. So let's fluff it out a little bit. Like, guys, these are not my favorite wreaths to use. They're just not. But I have them, and they're very inexpensive, so I'm going to use them, because if not, then you're just wasting your money on your supplies. We don't want to do that. So just getting them fluffed out a little bit to get started. And we can fluff it out some more as we go. All right, so I'm just going to get started adding our mesh. Just rolling it in, doing our normal cruffles, and start adding it around the edge. I'm going to alternate the burlaps and the colors. That way I'm just adding a tiny pop of color and then adding the softness of the burlap just to get us a base going. I swear, this little dog is the quietest little dog until you get ready to do something. And now he's in here under my table finding, I don't even know what he's doing. He's scratching on something. He likes to grab my ribbon and take off with it. I have to chase him down. What is this cruffle doing? It's got a mind of its own. Now, if you notice, I'm not going like too far to the outer edge, because this is going to be a big, it's going to be a big base in itself. So I'm not necessarily trying to use the mesh to make a bigger wreath. Like, it's already big. So while we're adding this mesh, and y'all are watching me add this, I'm going to talk to you guys for a second. So, and I'm going to try not to get emotional when I talk about this. But what I want to talk to y'all about is content. Being content. So I've been struggling a lot lately with being content. And no, I don't want to be content in my business. You know, I don't want to be content as far as I'm not pushing and trying to grow. But I also have to stop comparing myself to others. I need to be content where I'm at in my journey, because everybody has to crawl before they walk. You know, yeah, there's those few lucky people on earth that just somehow things seem to fall in their lap. But that just doesn't happen to everybody. And that doesn't happen to most people. You have to really work for what you want. And I know that. We've had to work for everything we got in life. But it's just really, really hard sometimes. Sometimes it can get you down in the dumps when you're just like, I feel like I'm making no progress. I feel like I don't know the right steps to do. You know, am I doing all the steps I need to do every single day to make sure I'm getting the maximum growth that I need to get in my business? And I'm going to tell you right now, and I say this a lot, but comparison is the thief of joy. When you start comparing yourselves to others, it robs you of the joy that you're creating in your own life. It robs you of it. And there's just no reason for that. So I have been really trying hard to work on myself lately, to be happy with where I am in my journey, in my business. You know, I'm happy in life. I'm the most content person ever. Like, super easy to please. But when it comes to this business, the one thing that I found in life that I am just so crazy passionate about, that I am struggling the most with being content, because I want more and I want it now. And the baby steps that you have to take to get that are just going too slow. But guys, if you don't have these steps, if you don't have this journey, then you don't have anything exciting to look back on and say, you know what, I did it. I stuck it out. I put in the work. Remember where I was last month. Remember where I was last year. I'm not there anymore. And I worked really hard to get here. Really hard to get here. So I don't know if that's something that you guys struggle with, you know, in your life, in your regular job, in your crafts business. You know, I don't know if that's something that you go through, but I know it's something that I go through. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because, you know, it helps to not feel like the only one all the time. Because you start to feel that way. You start to feel like, you know, how are all of these other people so successful and I'm struggling? Why am I not that successful yet? How am I not there yet? And then you get depressed. And then you don't want to make anything. And I'm not a depressed person by any means. Like, I mean, I know there's so many people that deal with it, so I'm not downplaying that. But, you know, Satan just gets in your head and he tries to tear you down. And he's like, you know what? You can't do this. Look how successful they are. You still have a full-time job. You still have another full-time job with your husband that you have to run. Like, this is a back burner. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, you don't have the time to put into this to make it successful. And I'm like, oh gosh, you're so right, you know? You're so right. Like, I don't have the time to put into it to grow it like I want to, so what's the point in doing it at all? Well, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Let me just stop doing it so that it just stops growing. No, don't do that. Do not give up. Start setting daily goals for yourself. Not weekly, not monthly, just daily goals for yourself, you know? When you make that wreath, immediately go take those pictures and put it on Etsy. Go make a reel and post it on Facebook. Go make a post on Instagram. Go make a post on Pinterest. One goal. Because if you can do one thing better today than you did yesterday, then you're successful. Don't be discouraged just because you're taking baby steps. Do not be discouraged because your business isn't just booming success immediately. You have to crawl before you walk, and you have to learn to enjoy the journey in order to enjoy the destination. Because if you don't enjoy your journey, you're not going to enjoy it when you get there, because you're always going to be wanting more, more, more. And you're never going to be happy, and you're never going to be satisfied. And then it's all for nothing. So there's my little rant for the day. My little pep talk. But guys, you got to enjoy the journey. You have to. Or else you will just, there's just no point in doing it. This is my happy place. This should not be my stressful place. You know, when I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to do a tutorial. And like, I love doing these tutorials, but I'm like, I only have this much time. No, take a breath. Go in there and do that tutorial because you love it. And that's what I'm doing. This isn't taking up my time. This is my break. This is my break. Making this right now is my break. This is my love. This is my love language. I get so much joy in creating, and I love talking to you guys about it while I'm creating. I'm not going to let this turn itself into something that robs me of my joy when this is my joy. So yes, I do still have a full-time job that I thank God every day that I still get to work from home with. We do have another business that I also run, and I get to work from home with it. So yes, I am busy, but there are so many great things about my busy life that most people don't get to have. And so I'm praising God in this hallway until those doors start opening for me in other avenues. Praising Him in the hallway. Guys, you've got to enjoy the hallway before you can enjoy the parties inside those rooms. So, I just went on to preach. I know it ain't Sunday, but there it is. So, anyway, guys, I just don't want y'all to, don't let somebody steal your joy. Don't let it happen. Okay, now, we're moving on into what we're actually supposed to be doing today, now that I'm done doing the mesh almost. Oh, goodness. Now, we can always come back and add more, but I think we have a pretty good start going here. Pretty good start. So there is our big old base. That's a big stinking wreath base. Like, that's like taking a 36-inch wreath and smushing it together. So we're going to see if this works for us. If it doesn't, we can come back and add some more stuff. So let's bring in our big element and get him placed, and then we'll kind of know what we want to do with everything else. So I have this adorable bunny. Look how pretty he is. He has this gorgeous jacket. He has his cute little bow tie on. Like, he's stinking precious. I got him from Kali. So I think her site might be Kali's wreathsupplies.com. It's K-E-L-E-A, I think, Kali. She's kind of affiliated with Deco Exchange and things like that. So now you can see, like, he's only going in half of this, like, because guys, this thing's going to be huge. Huge. Okay, we are going big time. So I'm going to try to take his sticker off. Now, I wish I had a bigger bunny than this, but I just don't. I really wish I had a bigger bunny. That'd be awesome. Wish I had an enormous bunny. So we need to decide where we want him to go. He can go right here in the middle, like this, or he can go up top. So I think, I think he's gonna go up top. He sits perfectly where that wreath meets. He just sits right down in there perfect. I like that. So I think we are gonna do that with him. So we need to get him glued in and get him setting. So where he meets is the back of his feet right there in that cavity. So I'm just going to douse him with glue. And get him down in there. And get him setting for just a little bit. Let me get my heavy duties and get him on there. Hold him down a little bit. Those things are heavy. Now, obviously, that's not the only place we're going to attach him, or else he's not going to stay. Oh, excuse me. Of course, I didn't bring my water in here. Don't understand. That's the running short on time part that I'm talking about, guys. The devil gets you in all the ways. But I try to do this before my kids get home from school, so that I'm not trying to do this and telling them to be quiet and everything while I'm trying to do this, because that's family time. So it's been a struggle trying to find a balance, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's going to work just fine. I'm going to go come down here and move this mesh out of the way. I'm going to put a little more glue just everywhere he's touching this wreath. Get him situated really good in here. Put these other ones up here. So he's getting a little, smushed down right now. So we're going to let him dry, and then we're going to decide where we want our big old bow. So I think I'm going to use this gorgeous pink that we used the other day. I'm just so in love with it right now because I'm getting that spring gingham, and I'm also getting that burlap, and it's just a beautiful hot pink. And then I'm also going to use this Silk blue, because in his jacket I'm really pulling out some blues because I want this softness because we're going to pull in a lot of colors with our florals. So we're going to use this, and I had thought about putting in some green gingham, but I wasn't quite certain if I wanted to or not. So we might not do that. We might just stick with the pink and the blue to keep it kind of soft and bright. We could double up on the blues. That might be a little much. I did kind of want to pull in that green though. But I think all I have down here is this Silk. Well, you know, when you're doing designer stuff, it just happens that way. When you're doing designer pieces, it just happens. Sometimes we also have this yellow. And I don't know about y'all, but I love yellow. No, I don't have any green gingham in here. Or plaid. So we might have to use this green Silk and do some popping with these colors. Do a little bit of popping with it. Alright, so let's stretch this blue out. And let's get an idea, because we're going to put a lot of ribbon in here because this is such a big wreath. It's going to have a lot of ribbon going on. Alright, so I'm pulling out this tail pretty long. And I'm going to pull me a loop. Now this is a soft, soft ribbon. Let's see, I have the pink gingham. What else do I have? Oh, I do have this dark blue. That's just like the pink. Oh, here's a solid green. I think we might pull that one in too instead of that Silk. I think we will do that. Okay, so we have our loop. I'm going to lay my hand back and fold it back around here. Get my bow started. And I'm making this part of it pretty large. Okay, then I'm going to come on top of it with this green. And I'm going to make this a pretty good amount smaller than that blue. I don't want just these huge green loops sticking out. And I'm going to go ahead and snip that. Alright, and I'm going to pop this pink in there. I just love that color. Definitely pop in some black and white. And I might go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and do full bow. I'm not going to use this as a button. I'm going to go ahead and do full loops because I want that black and white in there. Okay, now look how pretty that is. Oh, it's so cute! All right, let's get it tied up. Oh, hang on, my bow's coming loose a little bit. I didn't get my twists tight enough in that ribbon. If you don't get those twists good, it will show. Absolutely. Okay, he should be good and dry. Let's see where we want to get this beauty. Yep, we're gonna come right in there. And now we're gonna snug it up to his foot, not on the underside, but to the side of it. Just like that. And I'm gonna come in there and let's see. See if I can find where I'm wanting to get it, because I don't want it to come down. I don't want it to come down up under his foot. I want it to come to the side of his foot. So I'm just finding the wire of that wreath. There's a lot going on in there, so I'm trying to find the right spot. And get it wrapped in there. Oh, I lost it. No! Sorry, y'all. Excuse my head for just a second. Sometimes it's the blind leading the blind in here. My blind self is leading my blind hands. Okay, now let's see if we like how this looks. I mean, I already think I'm digging it, so. I love the softness and the hugeness of this bow. Like the softness of that blue with the pops of the color on top. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Now. I'm going to take these two that I left together and make a loop. I'm going to go ahead and pinch this one first, gather it up really well, and then gather this one on top of it. I'm going to make a loop and come down right there this way. Right, yeah, we're going to go right in there. I'm kind of coming to the inside a little bit because it is the outside tails, so I kind of worked in just a little bit. All right, fluff it out and let's trim it up. Maybe. Oh, there's my scissors. Ta-da! Give it a little snip. Now you see this end already had a fold on it because I hadn't used it yet, and so we're going to leave it folded. Now this might be a little long. We might have to cut that a little shorter later. I'm going to dovetail that pink. So we're going to fold this blue because of the softness and the velvet of it, but I am going to fold it up underneath, like so. And then I'm going to place just a little bit of glue so that it stays. All right, we're going to run these down here and give them a little snip. And I think that is just so beautiful so far. I already love it. I already love it so much. Oh, it's stunning. It is so stunning. Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, I hope y'all think so, but I think so. So, you know. You know. Get his little hands up there. All right, let's add some more ribbons. We're going to take our big blue one. Let's see. Yeah, we need to carry this blue over here a little bit. It is a little tricky to work with, but I'm bringing it to the outside just to carry it over. Because, you know, this bow kind of widened that area, so we want to do the same thing over here with this one. Like so. I think I carried that a little, I think it's a little bit lower than I want it. I'm going to scrunch it up just a little bit higher and bring it right in here. Just for a little pop. We're not doing anything crazy with this one because it is so soft and so big that we just wanted a pop of it. I think I'm going to fold it like that just to give it that pop of that satin blue. So it kind of gives it a little bit more dimension because it's a different color. So I think I like that. All right, let's run another bead of glue. Okay, now that's enough of that blue, so we're just going to come in and add our accent ribbon. So let's see how we want to do that. I'm going to come in here and we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do a little tail toward the back. And then do a little loop. I'm just twisting it in with my pontons, going around the edge, like so. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to do a double loop there. Get a nice clean dovetail. Work our way around a little bit. Now here, what we can do, we can create a loop. Just a small little tail, create a loop, and we have another tail. Just adding a pop in here with this blue. If I can find some ties where I want them. All right, so we have a loop there, and we're going to pop those tails out with that tail there. Just cut them short so they stand up nice and flirty. Just a little accent. So here's where we are so far, and we need to work a little bit more down here. Now I'm going to come to the inside just a little bit so that it's not just totally going around my edges, but that it's popping from the inside a little. So I came to the inside with this tail. I'm going to loop it down this direction like it's coming from the wreath. I'm going to loop it right in here to the outside. Cut it a little bit long, let it hang from the bottom. I think we're good there on the pink. Now we're gonna add a couple more pops of the black and white, obviously, because it's gorgeous, so gorgeous. I'm gonna come in here under this pink loop, right where it's coming out, and I'm just gonna put a little tail. Work our way around a little bit. I think I'm going to come put one right here. Then I'm going to work up here. Let's see how we want to do this. Oh no! I'm almost out. This is my favorite. So sad. So I'm just going to put a tail with the end of this tail, just kind of like how we did with the other one on the blue. And we're just going to pop a little tail in there like this. Or we could loop this back here. Let me see how that looks. Let me see. No, we're just going to do a tail. I think that's a little too much black and white. I don't think I'm going to do that. I am going to come under this loop here and just put a little tail. You're not going to really see it from the front, but you will see it from the side. So it's enough of a pop of an accent, but it's not making that black and white totally take over. Oh, I'm going to have to make another D. Stevens order because this is making me so sad. Y'all know I love that ribbon. Oh my gosh. So sad. Okay. Now we're finally done with our ribbon. Let's get these pretties added up in here. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. Now, we are going to start off with some big florals. So really, this is going to be it's a very simple design. It takes a while because it's so big, and you see how gorgeous it is already with these ribbons. And so we're going to take some big florals, and it's really just going to finish this off. So we used this the other day. This is this daisy filler that I'm also in love with. It's one of my new favorites. I should have bought all of them, but I didn't. It's a Petite daisy filler bush. The number is 63087 BU24. So I think it is a Liberty floral. So if you are going to buy it, you're probably going to have to buy it somewhere on Etsy. Now, I am fluffing this entire thing out. It has a ton of pieces like you guys saw the other day, except we broke it up into a lot of different pieces. I think with this one, the first one, I'm going to just fluff it out. I'm literally giving every piece in here a handshake. Now you can visibly see that this is the back. So I am working frontward. So I'm gonna leave that kind of flat, and I'm just kind of bringing everything to the front and really fluffing this bad boy out. And we're going to clip it. I think, let me see, hang on. I might want to leave this long because I think we're just going to place this entire thing right in here. Let me see though. Still a little bit long. And I might have to cut that. Now I'm going into, yes, look at that. So that's a huge bush and it's covering up this whole area. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. I'm gonna clip that back a little bit more, but I'm gonna get that out of the way. And I'm gonna run some glue all along this stem, because it's kind of a heavy one. And I am running this up in those two wreaths where they're meeting. And then I am just fluffing the heck out of this because I want all of it to be able to be seen. So it has those beautiful dainty daisies on it, this greenery. Like this bush is just amazing. And you can get so many of these on Etsy, like not even just this exact bush, but so many like it on Etsy. There's a ton. And so that's a great filler bush, and it fills in that hole and just really fills up the wreath. That is absolutely stunning. Okay, I'm gonna cut this. I don't like it this long. I'm gonna fold this in again. Glue it down. And then we can kind of just tuck it up under there just like that. I'm going to cut this green one just a tad more. I don't want it covering up my flowers. So I really want that part of my bow to be short, because I want you to be able to see all of this. Look how enormous this thing is. Holy cow, it is huge. Okay, so now I'm going to take, let's see, where to go? Do I have one more? Yes. Okay, I'm going to take one more of these daisy bushes, and we're going to break this one up, because this is my main component that's going in here. So now I'm going to spread the love a little bit. And I'm just breaking it apart. It comes apart by itself pretty easy. So this is a more expensive bush, but we're only using 2 of them. Okay, this one could be broken up, but I'm actually going to leave it together. I'm going to leave it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to run it adjacent to this bush down here, and we're going to run it up to the top. So I'm going to save that one. And then we're going to start filling in with our other little pieces. And so now I'm going to work my way around the bottom, and I'm just going to start filling these in. Now I'm going to take my bigger fern pieces to use toward the bottom and just extend that out even more. But for the most part, I'm just kind of sprinkling this bush in here. So as you can see, like, we haven't really done anything very complicated, and we haven't necessarily used a whole lot of stuff. You know, we've used our rabbit and our ribbon, and now we're just using the same bush, and it's gonna cover this whole wreath. Like, it's just gonna cover it. Just with the same bush. Nothing crazy. Oh, I did not dovetail that. I'm gonna do it before I forget. I'm gonna bring this one in and down. Over the top designs are so fun because they just let you go crazy. But like I said, guys, we really don't have a whole lot in this one right now. That's what's so crazy. All right, we're gonna tuck that one in there. Some beautiful flowers coming out of there. Glue stick. I'm running that one kind of to the back, behind the ribbon. We're still just working our way around. This is one of the bigger pieces, so I am bringing it to the top. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Now I had a piece. Oh, there it goes. It fell. Oh, sorry guys. I just gave you an earthquake. I bumped my stand. So sorry. Now I saved this large piece of this one because I'm running it adjacent to the big filler bush that we put down there. Just kind of helps balance things out a little bit. Now, Smokey, you cannot chew on Mama's designer ribbon. No, 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 no. No, no, no. All right, we have a few more pieces. And if you're designing something like this, this is an excellent stopping point. You could sell this for a lot of money without adding anything else to it. It is already an over-the-top design just like this. And I'm going to tell you, because, I mean, I hope y'all like this about the way I do things, but I like to kind of add things up as we go. That way you know what I'm looking at price-wise and what you can be looking at price-wise. So we have our 2 wreath bases that were about $3.50 each. So we're at $7. We used probably 1 full roll of mesh. So now we're at $12. And we have our bunny rabbit. He was $20. So now we're at $32. We have our ribbon. I'm just going to add $15 for it. So that's $32.47. We're at $47 worth of ribbon. I mean, $47 total. And we use these 2 bushes that were $10 each. So we're at $67. Now, that is a lot, okay? But look how enormous this wreath is. It is huge. So, yes, it is a lot. But this is an enormous over-the-top design. Look at it already. Look at it already, and like I mean, it's just really hasn't taken all that much. Oh, I like that right there. We're going to stick that right in there. I think that's super gorgeous. So that's all of our pieces, and look how absolutely stunning this wreath is. Stunning, huge, over-the-top design. But we're not stopping here, obviously. Obviously, we're not going to stop here. So let's see what we want to add next. I brought in some eggs that I think I want to add. So these, they just came from Hobby Lobby. They're my favorite. Y'all are going to see us use them in a garland probably at the tutorial at the end of this week. But these are from Hobby Lobby. They're 40% off, so they're $2 and some change. Let's see about adding them. Because they're huge, and so that's just going to give us some more pop, and I already like that. So I'm going to go ahead and commit and glue it down. This one's a little lumpy, so I'm trying to make sure my lumps are going to the bottom, going to the back. Now put the blue one down here, and we can work this green one in up here, or we can do pink. Oh, we're going to go with pink. I like that pink. I kind of want to do both. I don't know. It's a little extra. What do we want? Do we want pink or we want green? I think we're going to go green. I like the green. I'm just going to leave that tag on because I'm going to glue it down. Nobody's ever going to see it. It'll be our little secret. And boom, 2 eggs, and it's even more over the top. Love it. I love it. I'm getting so excited. Now, I don't think we have room for this big guy. I had contemplated that, but I don't think that's going to happen. Now, we do have some of these wispy greens we could add in there. We wanted to add a little bit of greenery, but I think I'm going to add this first. I even brought some 60919, but don't need that. So I have these beautiful flowers. Y'all know I love these. You know I love them, from Hobby Lobby. So we're going to sprinkle a few of those in here. Snip them. Let's see how many we need. Love it. I love this beautiful garden. And like I said, guys, if you have 2 big bushes, $10, I don't like spending $10 on a floral unless I know that I'm doing something like this with it. If I know that it's gonna spread out and take up a whole wreath, well then there you go. You know, that justifies your cost a little bit more. Oh, that one's gonna slide right off. Make sure your florals, when you push them, aren't going to slide off. If they are, just take that top and just bend it down just a little bit, and you won't even notice. That way they don't come sliding off. And dip that one back in there. Comes right out from under that bow. Take another little one back behind this egg. Right in the crevice of that ribbon. Couple more. I'm going to come right up here to the top. Some greenery that need to be covered up. We'll work this one right in here. So as I work my way around the wreath, I just look for holes. I look for where it's empty, and obviously I want them evenly spaced as much as possible. But just look for your empty spaces, especially in the back. I'm moving everything all around and dragging it everywhere. Okay, I had 2 more. I'm going to go ahead and clip them because there's a little bit more emptiness. So that was a $4 bush that we just used in this entire design. So there's an empty hole right there. And then I'm going to bring this one down right in that hole. And a lot of times you can't even see your holes until you get ready to take your pictures and you're like, whoa, that was blatantly empty. Got to put something there. It happens. It happens. All right, y'all know we couldn't do this design without adding these gorgeous berries. No, no, no. Can't do a design this big without adding these. One, two, three, four, five. So you end up getting 5. So there's 15 berries. So it's a great amount to work in this wreath. And this was a $5 berry pick. So we added $9 more. So we're at what, $76? Okay. I'm going to work these into the inside just a little bit, and I'm just gluing these to this burlap right here. Right below that edge. I'm going to bring some right in here. Go down a little further. Okay. It's getting so big, like I can't see the whole thing. Okay, where else do we need some berries? We have some here, 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 here. So we're going to need one right down here to balance this out. But I don't want them to be hidden. Go right there. Right in there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. Okay, flowers. I had brought some blue flowers to my table, but I don't know if I want to add blue. I think I have these ranunculus that I want to add a couple of, and then maybe some of these pink flowers. The ones I got at Michael's that I love so much. I've been saving them because I love them so much. I'm like, no, I can't just use these in just any design. Like, these are too beautiful. So we could add both. These came from Michael's. No, yes. Yes, Michael's. And they're so beautiful. So we're going to use these as some fillers. Get these worked in here. I'm just going to go right down in there. Just kind of empty. Just needed a little something. All right, where else do we need some flowers? I don't want to really cover him up too much, but we can come right in here, like so. And I think I do want to use pink, because that blue, the blue is pretty though. The blue, I think might be a little too much. It might not be what I'm really going for. It might be just a little too blue. So I think I'm going to go pink. But I am going to take these leaves off because I don't like them. And dab it right in there. I'm going to cut one more. Where do we want it to go? Is that too much? Is that too much right there? We might just bring this one down. in here. I think I like that. That little loop that I made in there is kind of becoming irrelevant. Bring that back out. Gotta get a little peek of it. Just a little peek. There we go. Okay, I like that. Let's see about some of these beautiful ranunculus. Just some dainty flowers that are such a beautiful color. Okay, my guys, this is getting hard to see, especially laying on my table. It's really getting hard to see, but I think I want to put that one in his little feet right there. Tuck some right in there. And remember, these are my Walmart ones, so this is very inexpensive to add these also. These are my Walmart flowers. We love some Walmart, don't we? Love that Walmart. And tuck this one right in there because it's kind of a hole. I'm gonna cut a few more of these off. Sprinkle them around. This is just going to be our finishing touch. Now I can put this one up here at the top. I think I can even work this one in with it. Just a little accent flower right there. Right there at the top. That's where I just added that. I didn't realize I was off camera. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Uh-oh. Just yank that stem out of that one. Glue that on first. I don't want that flower going anywhere. We're going to come right here with that last one. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Like, this is a wreath that could stinking make me cry. Oh, sometimes, guys, sometimes they just come together. They just come together. Now, I did bring in, oh, I do have a couple of these eggs, too, that I thought about sprinkling in here. We could sprinkle a few of these. We might have to do that. I think I'm going to do that also. Because it is Easter. And I'm just going to dab some glue and I'm going to stick that one right in there. You can't really see it, but you can kind of see it. And that's all that matters. We're going to come right in here with this purple one. Nice little accent to that green. We got it right in there. Have this pink one. It's so hard to see the top of this. That's cute right there. Those are just kind of hidden in there, but they're little accents. It's all in the details. But I also did bring in these gorgeous butterflies, and I think we might add a couple of them because I think they're so stunning, and that's just going to pop this black and white a little bit. Speaking of that, that needs something right there. I should have used one of those umbrellas. Surely I have one more in here. Or maybe I don't. I do have that flower, and that will work. Perfect. So these are also, these are Regency. These are Regency butterflies. And they're just the black and white ones I'm in love with. I am in love with the black and white ones. So I think we're going to, let's see, I think I like this one. can get it off. Oh, they're taped. We're almost done, guys. We're in the home stretch. This is our little last final touch. Okay, there's that one. And let's see, what other one do we want to use? I think we'll use this one. A little bent. Okay, let's see if we can get these beauties in here somewhere. They already have a wire on them. That makes them super nice. Let's see if we can get them in here. We want them obviously to stick out of the wreath. I think that's beautiful right there. And then let's see where we want this other one. Somewhere in there, I think. I think that's beautiful. I love those pops of black and white. But y'all been here long enough. Y'all know I love some black and white. Okay, well, I'm gonna see if I can get in here with this wire to the wreath base. I think I can. I'm gonna get it wrapped around that base. I can get my finger in there. Oh, I bent it. I don't need it bent yet. Okay, I got it in there. Got it wrapped around. I'm gonna bring it back up and I'm just gonna twist it around itself. All right, now I can fix my florals back because I just smushed them and moved them and all the things. And that's just flying right off the wreath. Let's see what I can find to wrap this one around. I might can do the same thing. Come in here, find that base. I don't want to pull it in too tight because I want it flying off the wreath. Yes. And just wrap it around just like that. Oh my gosh, guys. I stinking hope you guys love this as much as I did. Because this is all of the things. Like, this is all the things. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, guys, I will see y'all later this week for probably an Easter garland. So I hope y'all love this over-the-top design, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody.